Itzayiyi was building a fish ladder at Salilo. He was busy at this when someone shouted to him,
"Why are you bothering with that? All of the people are gone."
"Well,"
said Itzayiyi to himself,
"then I'll stop doing this because I was doing it for the people. Now I'll go along too."
From there he went along upstream by the way of the Salmon River country. Along the way he took a good bath, saying to himself,
"Lest I make myself repulsive to his taste,"
and then he dressed himself all up.
"lest he will vomit me up or spit me out."
There, he tied himself with rope to 3 mountains. From there, he came along up and over the ridges. Suddenly, he saw a great head. He quickly hid himself in the grass and gazed at it. Never before in his life had he seen anything like it. Never such a large thing. Away off somewhere, melting into the horizon, was its gigantic body. Itzayiyi shouted to him,
"Oh monster, we are going to inhale each other."
The big eyes of the monster roved around, looking all over for Itzayiyi, but it did not find him, because Itzayiyi's body was painted with clay to achieve a perfect protective coloring in the grass. Itzayiyi had on his back a pack consisting of 5 stones, some pure pitch, and a flint fire-making set. Presently, Itzayiyi shook the grass to and fro and shouted again,
"Monster, we are going to inhale each other."
Powerfully and noisily, he drew in his first breath, and the great monster just swayed and quivered. Then Itzayiyi said,
"Now you inhale me, for already have you swallowed all of the people, so swallow me too, lest I become lonely."
Now, the monster inhaled like a mighty wind. Thus he dashed right into the monster's mouth. From there he walked along the throat of the monster. Presently Itzayiyi arrived at the heart and cut off slabs of fat and threw them to the people. Now Itzayiyi started a fire with his flint, and smoke drifted up through the monster's openings. There was his fire still burning near the heart, and now the monster began to writhe in pain. Itzayiyi began cutting away on the heart, whereupon very shortly he broke the stone knife. Immediately he took out another, and in short time this one also broke, and Itzayiyi said to all of the people,
"Gather up all of the bones and carry them to his openings, pile them up, and when he falls dead, kick all of the bones outside."
Then again, with another knife, he began cutting away at the heart. The 3rd knife broke, and the 4th, leaving only one more. Now, the heart hung by only a very small piece of muscle, and Itzayiyi was cutting away at it with his last stone knife. The monster's heart was still barely hanging on when his last knife broke. Whereupon Itzayiyi threw himself onto the heart and hung on it, just barely tearing it loose with his hands. In his death convulsions, the monster opened all the openings of his body. They carved the great monster, and now Itzayiyi began dealing out portions of the body to various parts of the country all over the land, toward the sunrise, toward the sunset, toward the warmth, toward the cold, and by that act destining and forenaming the various people. Cor de l'Enpan, Flathead, Orieles, Crow, Sioux, etc. And now Fox came up to Itzayiyi.
"What's the meaning of this, Itzayiyi? You have distributed all of the body to the faraway lands, but have given yourself nothing for this immediate locality."
And he turned to the people and said,
"Bring me some water with which to wash my hands."
They brought him water, and he washed his hands, and now with the bloody wash water, he sprinkled the local regions, saying,
"You may be little people, but you will be powerful, even though you will be little people, because I have deprived you. Nevertheless, you will be very, very manly. Only a short time away is the coming of the human race."
And this is how Itzayiyi created the Nimipu.